Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast, where we got another week of happenings, Eagles news, Eagles rumors, crazy ideas. What is going on, everybody? What is up, JoeyShakes? How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. Every day that goes by, this team is getting better by the day, and we got a big draft that's coming up. So
we got
a lot to talk
giant
about.
Giant draft. We got players being signed. We've got former Cowboy players that want to come play for us that I don't want no part of. I mean, we got it all right here, man. What is going on, everybody? Let me say hi to a lot of these guys in here. Eagles Nation, what's up? Ohana means family. What's up, Christian? Rogue, what's going on? Wait, what's going on? Scotty, Hosea, Brooks, Scotty, Gaming, Twits, what's going on? McCredit, Conspiracy Theorist, I love that name. HTG Productions, Clark, and I know I'm missing somebody. I'm just trying to. Punjab Kings, what's going on? Philly Wyatt, what is happening? Dynasty, Smitty Eagles 373. Great show yesterday. I enjoyed going on your channel. Everybody click the link on his name. Go sub him up. He's a new Eagles content creator. You definitely don't want to miss it. Let me see here. I got a membership chat member for 29 months is Hitman Sticks, man. Thank you so much for your support. He says, hit the like and subscribe button. Salute Philly 500. Salute to you, my friend. And thank you. Clark, thank you for super chat. He goes, Joey and 500. What's up, guys?
Go on, Clark.
What is going on, man? How are you? So where do we start with what is going on with this team? I guess we'll start with Lane Johnson gets extended.
Yeah.
You had to feel pretty good about that. Am I right?
Yeah,
I mean, that was the right move, right?
Yeah, we were kind of waiting for a restructure, not an extension. So I mean,
right.
You know, you turn that $23 million in a cap hit into 14, and you saved up $9.3 million, which brought the Eagles to $23.5 million, which was good, really good.
Yeah. I thought it was good, but obviously, it cleared up space to sign Terrell Edmunds, the safety, who we needed a safety. We needed another one, and there were reports that they were still looking for a safety. What are your thoughts? What do you think about him as a safety for the Eagles coming in?
I think he's he was, obviously, I think we had over 400 tackles in 5 years with the Steelers, former first-round pick, nice stopgap player, can get the, ball hawk, makes really good tackles. I think even what he said, his little video that he had too, is it really helps to have two really good outside corners that really do help his job. I was kind of going to ask you kind of the same question, because I had some people come in my live stream saying that maybe Philly 500 doesn't think that Terrell Edmunds is better than Chauncey, that maybe he's not that hard hitting safety, or maybe it's the kind of safety you want here.
Well, it wasn't that. It's not that I think he's better. What I was referring to in my video was strictly ball hawking ability. I see Chauncey Gardner-Johnson as more of a ball hawk, right? 6 interceptions last year. I think he's got a nose for the ball, turnovers. I think this guy's a much more physical, better tackler, bigger hitter. And I think in some ways he may be a better complementary piece with Bradbury and Slay, because you have somebody that's actually like physical, I like that part of him. But when I said that I thought CJ Gardner-Johnson was better, I was talking strictly from a turnover, ball hawking type spot. That's what I was referring to. Otherwise, I like it. I mean, I think he's a young guy. He's got some upside. He was a first round pick, and I think he can be good. Now, we'll see. I mean, he's got to go out and have the year Chauncey Gardner-Johnson had, but I'm not unhappy with it at all. I thought it was a good signing.
Yeah, really, really good. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Joseph, thank you for the super chat. He goes, "Fly Eagles Fly, best content creators on YouTube." Oh man, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
We appreciate that, man. Thank you. Joy or Jay, why I say Joy? J Rod, thank you for the super sticker, my man. We appreciate that. He says bye bye. Where are you going? It says bye bye. What do you mean? Why does the sticker say bye bye? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's funny people said that I don't like them. No, I never said that.
That's what people told me. I don't know. People must have read your wrong.
People hear you say one thing and then they think you're talking about. I was talking about ball hawking skills because I do. I think if we're going to rank safeties, I think you have to rank C.J. Gardner-Johnson ahead of him, especially in free agency. But I think this guy's a better tackler. I think he's more physical. He's bigger. That's what I was talking about.
Right.
Joseph D. Thank you for super chat again, my man. He goes, "What's up, guys? Do my Eagles fly?" Yes, the Eagles fly. To say Edmunds is better, I don't know. I don't know if that's
he might be a nice role playing type, like in a good system. I don't think he's horrible at all. Like I think he's pretty good.
No, he's definitely not horrible. No, definitely not. Zay Boogie, David Super Chat goes, "Philly Joey, if free agency ended today, who are the Eagles taking in the first round, and who would you hope to get in the second?" Oh man. Well, we're gonna get into that. I think that it's coming down to defensive line and offensive player. I honestly do. I don't think we're gonna see a corner. I don't think we're gonna see a safety. I don't think we'll see a linebacker. I think you're going to see probably either defensive line or something on the offensive side of the ball. That's my opinion, anyways. Black Mamba David Super Chat. He goes 500. When will you react to these college prospects? Well, I've already started doing it. I've been doing them on channel memberships mainly because people. I don't know. It seems like those usually get less views from people. So, I definitely could do some, but I've been doing them mainly on my channel members. Joseph Dees, welcome to Dingbat Superfans, my man. Shout out and thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Actually, welcome back. But thank you, man. Appreciate it. I definitely was not unhappy about getting Edmunds, but at the same time, I just, we all love C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We all were like, yeah, he's one of the best young safeties. I just don't know how we can say that all of a sudden that it's like he's garbage now. He's not garbage. We liked him. Skidmark's favorite super chat. He goes, we lost out on Bobby Wagner. Yeah. So those that don't know, Bobby Wagner went back to Seattle on a 1-year, $7 million deal. I don't think the Eagles were ever going to pay him $7 million to come. So it doesn't surprise me that the Eagles didn't pick him up. What are your thoughts?
On the what? I didn't hear the other
Bobby
part.
Wagner's signing.
No, he's going there to play for one more year. He's going to retire. He's probably going to retire in Seattle. I think this has been in the cards the whole time because I haven't heard any rumors besides he was talking with Seattle, and then that was it. There was interest from the Cowboys or just interest from a few teams, but nothing crazy. So,
yeah. Donatello Jason's David Super Chat. He goes, "What's your take on Philly Mike getting blocked?" What do you mean blocked? I don't who blocked. I know nothing about it. So I guess that's my take. I don't. What are we talking about? He got blocked by who?
No.
You mean on YouTube? I don't know what happened. Super Tony David Super Chat goes, "#1 gold draft, number 5. I'm good. Laugh out loud." I like it. I like it. Yeah, we got 420 people in the chat on both channels. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. Click the link in the description if you're on my channel. And sub up my man Joey Shakes. Let's see here. CJ blocked Philly Mike. Oh, CJ Gardner-Johnson blocked him? Man, he must have been getting under skin. I know nothing about it. It's the first thing I've actually heard.
But CJ's been like, you're talking about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, right?
Yeah.
He look at the tweets he's putting out, dude. Like he's talking, not really talking about Hurts, but like they're talking about best QBs, and they had a picture of like Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, a few guys, and he's putting up the stuff about Lamar Jackson. I don't know. It's like, do we dodge a bullet with this? I mean, like, at this point, it's crazy,
maybe, yeah, it's weird. Like, as soon as he signed with Detroit, I unfollowed him. Because I don't want to follow Detroit Lion. I don't care. So I unfollowed him. But yeah, there has to be something to do. Like I think there's more to do with him just not. It wasn't a money thing. It was something else. Obviously, it was something else because he didn't go to Detroit for all that much, and the Eagles, they didn't even try. I think maybe he rubbed the Eagles the wrong way. I think more will come out later. Punjab says that C.J. Gardner-Johnson blocked him. I mean, I don't know what did Mike. Does anybody know what Mike said? I have no idea. Like, it's the first I've heard of it. So, but it is what it is. He's a Detroit Lion now. So, I hope Edmunds has a way better career, better season than him. Philly Eagles 559. He goes, no matter what, the Lions will be the Lions always. I agree. Joe says, why hasn't anyone talking about Jalen Hurts' contract? We lose Jalen if we don't get him signed this year on a cheap mega deal contract. Well, I mean, it's been really kind of quiet from like standpoints of negotiations, but from what we've heard, everything is going good. It's just going to take a while, but I don't foresee any way Jalen Hurts is not signed. It may not happen right away, but I would expect by the start of the season him to have a contract.
I think everybody's just got to be patient. It's going to happen. People don't panic. I mean, they're not going to sign him during the season this year. It's going to happen. So just got to wait,
Yeah, exactly. Bernard says maybe the Eagles rubbed him the wrong way. Maybe
with his I don't know, with what they offered him. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. It to me it's all bull crap. Like. Whatever. He's not an Eagle. I followed that. We follow and support that logo in the front, not the name in the back. I'm sorry. I like him. I thought he was a good player. He wasn't perfect, obviously. I thought he was a good ball hawk. I like that he got turnovers, but that doesn't mean he's going to end up being a better safety than Edmunds. Edmunds has a lot of upside. He does. Marcus says, y'all going to miss C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Stop being in denial. I'm not. I don't. What did I just say in denial? Did I literally say anything in denial? I didn't. I said he's a better ball hawk. Conspiracy theorist says C.J. Gardner-Johnson was acting up in a meeting, and Jalen Hurts just stared at him, and he walked out of the room. Philly 500? Oh, really?
That sounds like the Howie Roseman movie we're making.
Here we go. I'm going to have to put this in my show. We're going to have to put this in my show. Jason, what's going on? He goes, yo, Joey, yo, 500. True Eagle fans come here hearing good things about Mike Hawk. Any thoughts? AJ's brother. Oh, boy. I don't. Yeah, I think he's great. Black Mamba says, 500, where can I find your channel membership? If you go, I forgot to post it. Hold on, let me post. I'll post it and then you can do it. Joey, talk for a second so I can do this.
Talk. Yeah. No, I mean, at this point, even with Chauncey leaving, I don't know. It left a bad taste in my mouth a little bit. We probably won't find out what has happened. Maybe later. I don't know, but I mean, I feel like it was more than money at this point. I feel like it was more than, even if the Eagles had a backloaded contract, which it was 3 years, $24 million, 3.5 this year, 3.5 next year. And then it would have been like a back lot of 17 million his last year of being here. So I think it was a lot more than that. But the Edmunds signing, I think is definitely an underrated signing. I think even Nicholas Morrow was another underrated sign that we have. And interesting enough to see if they actually add more to the safety position, which I was going to ask 500 this too. Keanu Neal came on a free agent visit the other day too. So I'm wondering, they've already hit the safety spot twice already. Do you think they'll actually hit it 3 times and add Keanu Neal to it?
As a free agency, you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they had him on a visit a couple days ago, Keanu Neal.
Maybe. I think they're going to probably add a safety. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they will or will not now in the draft. Yeah, I could see them signing another safety. It would not surprise me.
Yeah.
But I don't think. I think at this point, I don't think the Eagles are going to draft a safety in the first round. Like I think this took them off the market for it. You know,
right.
Skidmar's favorite super chat. He goes, Weatherspoon is no joke. Do you like Drew Sanders? I haven't seen enough of Drew Sanders to tell. I couldn't tell you right now. Weatherspoon I like a lot though. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Jalen needs to hold out if his agent has brains. I wouldn't step foot in that field with a new contract running RP. No, I don't. I mean, I don't think he's going into the season without a contract. I think it's going to happen. You know, I definitely think it will happen. But, you know, we'll see. Asia Robertson, member for 33 months of Dingbat Nation, says, hey, Philly 500, what's going on? How are you? How are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope everything is well. Black Mamba, thank you for super chat and welcome, or not super chat, but welcome to the Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. Now, you said Nicholas Morrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas Morrow, to me, could be the steal signing of free agency.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this guy is on the verge of possibly just exploding. Like, boom, like pause. You know what I mean? Because, like, I think he's one of those guys that is coming off his best year. It looks like he's just starting to hit his prime. I think this could be a very sneaky, a very good signing. I thought the Nicholas Morrow signing, I think we may like him more than TJ Edwards by the end of this year. I really feel like that, you know.
Yeah, they brought in like two. They brought in like, well, they already had Nakobe Dean here. Like you pretty much have like two coverage guys at linebacker now. So I mean, and Nicholas Morrow's a tackling machine too. Like people were, as soon as a guy gets signed, there's a lot of like always negative stuff. Like I always want to find out the truth. Like a lot of people are saying he's slow, he can't tackle. I mean, I was hearing all this stuff about him when he first signed him, but I don't know. The Eagles definitely see something. I mean, I've watched some film on him already, and I mean, he's smart. It looks like a really smart player. And we haven't heard from Sean Desai yet. We're kind of waiting on this interview with Sean Desai to see like what's going on, and you know, kind of introduce himself to what he's going to be doing philosophy wise. Right. But you know,
well, people keep saying he's going to be just 3-4, strictly 3-4, but I would think that you want to kind of stay similar to what you did last year, more of that hybrid. I would think he wants to stay there, you know, but we'll see. Philly Sports Rap, he goes, what's up to the two best Eagles content creators out there, JoeyShakes and 500. What's going on, man? How are you? Yeah, I don't know. Right now I was really happy with the Morrow signing. That may be my favorite signing. I'm not gonna lie. That and the Marcus Mariota.
It was a good one too.
Those may be my favorite like ones, but that Morrow one is underrated. The Edmunds ones I like a lot. I do. I just you know, I got to keep it real. You know, we wanted C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. I can't sit there and say, oh, now, you know, oh, yeah, C.J. Gardner-Johnson isn't as good. Like, we thought of C.J. Gardner-Johnson beforehand. Now I'm not going to go back, you know, but I do think the guy's a better tackler than C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I think he's more physical than C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I think he's a harder hitter. And those things I like about him, because I think that, you know, one of the things I liked about Reed Blankenship was the physicality. I think the Eagles need a little more of that, especially in the secondary. That's why he may end up being a better fit in a lot of ways because of that, you know. But, you know, I'm over the C.J. Gardner-Johnson thing. Yeah, I'm done with it. Like, he's done. Going, that's it. You're going, bye-bye. I'm done. You know, that whole thing was insane.
He played games with us he played games with us on Twitter, like, putting stuff up, archiving pictures. It was just annoying. Like,
he was the typical, exactly what I'm saying, mercenary. He was a mercenary. He came in for 1 year. He didn't care that he wears green, or he doesn't care that he wears Detroit. It's the money. That's what it's about. You know, that's what I was so impressed with James Bradbury. Bradbury said, I want to be part of this. You know, that's why I love Lane Johnson, Brandon Graham. Those guys are drafted. They're not just mercenaries. He was a mercenary.
Well, you know what?
Let's
Bradbury's an exception because he really hasn't found like a home in a while. Like he's always been like from this team to that. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't really found that home and where he felt comfortable and he was being used the right way as a cornerback, especially as a number 2 now. So I think Slay being here definitely helped that. Talking to Sean Desai and philosophy wise of how they're going to use him definitely helped that as well. And he's the 16th highest paid corner. So 12 to 13 instead of 15 to 16 is a big decrease in money. So
yeah, I agree. Asia Roberts, thank you for super chat. Hey, Philly 500, please keep me in your prayers again. My mom has breast cancer. She just started chemo. Oh gosh, we will be praying, man. Yeah, that's tough. And
my aunt had that.
That's tough. But we're praying,
Definitely.
and you just hang in there. You know, I hate to hear that. Man, I see a lot of number 5 comments here, and I was holding back, trying to hold back and get the information that is true and it has happened out there before we get into this speculation.
Yeah,
you know, because I've got a new theory. I've got a theory that came to me yesterday. John O'Malley says, "Why did you give Cowboy fans wrenches at 500?" Because I give people who support Philly 500 wrenches. If they're loyal and they come and they support my channel, then why should I treat anybody any different than an Eagle fan who treats me like shit and craps on me and talks? Why should I give it just because they're an Eagle fan? You know, I want you to be an Eagle fan, great. But if you're Cowboy, but if you're loyal to me and my channel, I'm going to be loyal back. That's just how I roll.
That's how it should go.
You know, I'm not going to, otherwise, you know, there's plenty of Eagle fans, believe me and Joey know, that don't like us. So, you know, what am I going to just give them because they're an Eagle fan? You got to actually like me, you know, but if they act up, then boom. What did I say?
No, just you got to like me.
Yeah, like me. Yeah. Yeah. That's why. You know, the one thing I don't understand, Cowboy fans count as views too. Washington fans count as views too.
Right.
If you're going to have a channel you want people to watch, you know, I'm not going to be like that. I just not. That's not how I roll. I think it's funner to have rivalries in here talking crap than not. You know what I mean? 500, does my membership not work here? What do you mean? What membership? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't see, it doesn't say that you're a member, so I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on, you know. Yeah, they're Cowboy fans, I know. But it is what it is. I mean, that's kind of how I roll. Now, is Antoine Winfield trade possible? He's young, and he's only a year left in his contract. I'm just not sold on Blankenship. Yeah, I understand why not sold on Blankenship. What do you think of it? Because you addressed the Winfield thing. I haven't really addressed it because I didn't really.
It's just an idea. It's not even like a rumor. It's just an idea. Like people, I guess, looked at contracts around the league that had one more year left on their deals and they were cheap. But Antoine Winfield's a good player. You know, Devin White's a good player. You know, like the Eagles don't even have any mid-round picks as it is, you know, as it is this year. Do you think they'll give up, you know, more picks next year since they know those comp picks are coming? Like, I don't know if they'll actually make a move like that, give up away more draft capital, because I think the Eagles really need it right now.
Right.
So, just an idea.
Yeah. Eagles fan for life says, well, 500, you're disrespectful. You disrespected 90% of your fan base with that wrench. Yeah, I disagree with you. I'm sorry. I think that most of my viewers and stuff, they know how I roll with free speech. They know how I roll with being fair to people. You're talking about grouping people together. I treat people as individuals. So I'm sorry.
What does that comment even? What does that even mean?
They're mad. Apparently, I don't even remember which Cowboy fan has a wrench. Apparently, I have a Cowboy fan in here with a wrench. But you know, I treat people how they treat me. You know, I'm sorry. Joseph Diggs, thank you for super chat. He goes, mine wasn't working either. I had to pay again for membership. I did it tonight. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. I have no idea. But I would say just maybe refresh and see if it changes, you know. I don't know. Let's see here. Great. Now a Cowboys fan can mess with Eagles fans even more. Are you really that scared of Cowboy fans messing with you? How they can't mess with you on my channel? They can't time you out. They can't do anything like that. If it's the same rules for everybody. Come on, man. You guys are being kind of petty. Like, I expect Cowboy fans to be crying about that kind of stuff, not Eagle fans. We're a little tougher skinned. Rashad David Super Chat goes, Philly gonna cry when Howie drafts Carter and Bijan? Oh man. So let's talk about this before I get into my theory. Look, Jalen Carter came in for a visit. Did he not? He came in for a visit.
I wanted to clarify if that was even true, because I didn't want to make anything of real news if that wasn't real, because I didn't see anything official that was even real at this point. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Him and the other one from Clemson, Barisi, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I think they did come in, and Van Ness, I believe they did come in for a visit. It was really quiet though, so I don't know. You would have thought you would have heard more of it. So I believe it happened, or it's scheduled to happen. But Jalen Carter is an interesting guy because I think there's a good chance he drops to us. I think it's legitimately possible that he's going to be there at 10. And if he's not, he's going to be close. Would you draft him at 10?
Carter, yes. Immediately.
You're not worried about anything?
No, I feel like a lot was on his plate. A lot was on his mind. I have to look at it like no one knows the facts of what really happened. Like we kind of do, but obviously if he was in more trouble right now, I think he wouldn't have went to the combine. I think a lot more would have happened. So I would take that chance. I think he would have a nice support group. I think you've talked about a good support system in Philadelphia with Dean and Davis and some of the other guys. I think this would be the perfect spot for him. I think,
right. Yeah. I mean, dude, if you get, if there's any place that may be a good place for Jalen Carter because of Dean, because of Jordan Davis, it may be the perfect place for him. It may be the perfect place for Jalen Carter, you know? If Jalen Carter's at 10, I'm taking him. All right? I'm taking him. I told people this in my video last night. Here's my top 3, right? If Will Anderson Jr., which won't happen, if he's there, I would take him first. Followed by Jalen Carter 2, and then Bijan Robinson 3. Those are my 3. That's my top 3 draft board.
Yeah.
So I would take Jalen Carter second. Greenblood 54, thank you for super chat. He goes, hey 500, what would you do if I got diagnosed with multiple personalities and one of them was a Cowboys fan? Boy, we'd have to put you away for a long time. Because like, can you imagine, like you'd be like beating yourself up? It'd be like you ever see that movie Me, Myself, and Irene with Jim Carrey?
Yeah, Jim Carrey, yeah.
Personality, and
it's so funny.
He's like he's fighting himself, like beating the crap. That would be him. Adrian Robertson, thank you for super chat. She says, I have a wrench and I'm a Giant fan. It's all love regardless of the team you represent. It's all love. It's all love. You know, you got to bust on Cowboy fans. You got to piss them off and all that. But nobody can come in here and treat anybody any different. Like, you know, you can't time somebody up because they're an Eagle fan. You can't time somebody up because they're Cowboy fans. The same rules of play. You know, they apply, you know. Eagles fan for life says, I'm sorry about the disrespect. It's just Cowboy fans give us a lot of shit, you know. I know. And it's like the way I see it, it goes with the territory. You don't think they give me a lot of shit? You should see this stuff I have to deal with these people, especially Mark Holmes. But you know, it also, what in my opinion makes the game fun. I like the rivalries and the interaction. I like the fighting. I enjoy it. You know, enjoy it. That's what I would say. Enjoy the rivalry. John Davis super chat. He goes, I don't care who the heck gives him a wrench. Stop being Cowboy soft Eagle fans. There you go. All right. So now I want to go into my. I think we've gone 29 minutes, and I haven't really talked about draft number 5 yet, which I'm getting a lot. I don't know if you're yet, but people are getting like fed up with me talking about it.
Oh, it's same way.
I'm getting it. So, and I'm like, but I can't until people understand where I'm coming from. George Burwell, thank you for super chat. He goes, What's going on, Philly and Joey? I think you take Jalen Carter with the 10th if he falls to you, and then trade that 30th pick up and get Bijan, blue chip guys. That's my best case scenario for this draft. That would be my dream draft right there. But I was thinking about this, so let me get this. JC Cowboys Network, David Super Chat. He goes, I'm a Cowboys content creator as well, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, my man. Thank you. New member here. SC Birds fan. Is this you?
I think it's me, yeah. SC Birds fan 03. Thank you for joining the Shake Squad Soldier tier, man. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. So let me see if I'm gonna catch up this chat real quick to make sure I'm not missing anything. Jamal David Super Chat goes, Van Ness will be the best pass rusher, mark my words, number 10 overall. See, to me, number 10 is a little too high for him, but 30, I would consider him.
Well, Van Ness wasn't even a pure starter. He was a situational. He's listed as defensive end. He could play DT and defensive end. He's got some value. He's got really good upside, but he wasn't a pure starter for. He wasn't. Do
you think it's a case with him of being having a great combine and just rising through stocks?
Kind of, maybe a little bit, yeah.
The underwear guy. Yeah,
just not a pure starter. No.
All right, I've been waiting to talk about this.
Oh no!
What if Howie Roseman, this whole time, the big plan in the draft is to strictly go offense? I have a feeling that we may be looking at a team that is going to throw us a giant curveball. If you look at what they've done free agency-wise, they have barely touched the offense. Barely.
True.
And everybody keeps talking about defensive players in this draft. What if he decides to go heavy offense this draft?
Okay. So, but is there something with that though? So I have a player in mind that could be a total curveball that they can go after, and it's not Bijan.
Okay.
Do you have a player offensively do you think it's Bijan, or do you think there could be somebody else that out of left field no one would ever think it would happen?
I haven't gotten that far offensively yet. But I think that I thought a little bit about a receiver, and I said, I just can't see them paying another receiver because they're already paying two guys a lot of money. But offensive tackle, offensive line, I could see.
I thought that I think a curveball that would be kind of really surprising is getting JSN from Ohio State. Receiver. I think that, and obviously, yeah, it probably makes no sense because you have two receivers.
Jackson Smith, Enigma. Yeah. I did a video on him about that possibility about a week ago. I think he would be tremendous. If you don't mind paying a third receiver, like, a first round pick, yeah, I mean, he would greatly increase your offense, would he not? In the slot,
yeah. I don't know what they're doing with. I mean, is he getting another chance this year? Is Quay? I mean, you can't trade him. They're not going to get much for him. What are they going to get? A 6th rounder? Like, they're probably not going to get much for him at this point. So I don't know what to do. We'll see. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like the kid. I do. I like him a lot. But will he do it? I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I think we're getting. My point is, I think we're getting a curveball like I think they're going to go. I think they're going to go heavy offense early. I'm starting to get that feeling, dude. And I think Bijan's coming. I think everything's set up for him.
Oh yeah, I heard you on the stream the other day. You told Joe get some behind the scenes, get some behind the scenes footage if they draft him.
Yeah, right. Did you see? I had Joe coming my way at the end.
Yeah, I know.
Because if people actually think about what we're talking about, it just makes a lot of sense. Dank David Super Chat. He goes, "Damn it, can't believe I'm rooting for a Longhorn on my favorite NFL team, but fuck it, bring on Bijan, baby. There you go." I just think it makes so much sense to bring in Bijan Robinson.
I don't think Howie Roseman is comfortable. Like when you sign Rashad Penny, like, are you really that comfortable? And then if he gets hurt, like what do you have left?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Young Boy says, I really need you guys to answer this truthfully. What lost us the Super Bowl? If you guys are willing to go offense instead of making defense better, all we needed was one stop. All right, so I'm going to try to answer this and explain it, right? What?
No, the refs, the field.
Listen, we lost because our defense was not able to get a stop. That is true. That is so true. But here's the issue, and this is what I understand. You know, we need to make the defense better because we only need one stop. But you're not getting the same team back next year. You're losing guys like Hargrave. You're losing C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You just lost both your starting linebackers. So you can't build the team the same way. You can't have the same team coming back next year. So it's not like you're getting the same team back next year and then you're just building on that team and making it better. You have to completely, in some ways, revamp the strengths and weaknesses of the team because of the guys you're losing. Now, they're still going to have a good pass rush, but Hargrave is a big loss. Those two linebackers, I think, are a loss, you know, even though I think we've got guys to fill it. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, that's a loss. You know, and so now we're looking at the draft to fill in those holes, right?
Right.
Of guys we lost. We're looking for the draft to do it. Well, okay, that's great in 3 or 4 years. Those draft guys are ready to go. They're playing at a high level in the NFL. But while they're rookies and they're adjusting, what do you do in order to be good and competitive next year? Okay, because you're not going to say, well, 3-4 years ago we lost because of defense. We got to still focus on defense. We're saying this year we are losing guys that we can't fill right away. It's going to take time. So why not take the pressure off the defense by creating an offense that's unstoppable? And that will give you one whole year where the offense essentially carries the defense. You have a young defense, you know, but still a lot of good pieces on it. It's not like they're going to be totally crap. But while you're in transition, you have your offense help carry the defense while they're adjusting, while they're learning, while their defense is playing. And then, you know, when your defense is ready to go in a few years, you'll be set. That's what we're talking about. Trying to make the team better next year.
Well, take advantage of your strong suit. I mean, Sean Desai needs to be more creative. We need a defensive coordinator we were spoiled last year. We had a complete team last year that probably would have been the best defense in NFL history. Like, not even kidding. It would have been probably one of the most craziest defenses we've ever seen. Statistically, if adjustments were made early in the season, and you know, obviously in the Super Bowl, but you know, when you have a defense like this with less weapons, I think Hargrave probably was the biggest weapon we may have lost. When it comes to the defensive line, I mean, we weren't paying him $21 a year at 30 years old. It wasn't going to happen. But take advantage of what's still intact right now. It's your offense. Put 35 plus points on the board. And I understand you can get a lesser talent later in the draft at running back, but you want to get a generational guy, a guy that's going to move the sticks, a guy that's tough, a guy that's has got probably the best vision I've ever seen in a running back in a long time. And it's very, you know, Saquon Barkley got drafted, but he got drafted to the wrong team that had a really bad offensive line. This team in the top 10 and probably draft, you know, players from the draft are looking like the Eagles are the best team in the top 10 right now. Like, this is the team you want to be on right now.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, I agree with the philosophy. Don't take a running back in the first round most of the time. But when you're like that one player away, like, or you're just plugging him into a team that's already ready to win, then it's worth doing it because he's only got so many carries. So you don't want a guy that's going to come in like Saquon had to do, where the team's going to stink for another 2-3 years, and then his contract runs out. You're getting Bijan coming in, and he's essentially playing a rookie with a Super Bowl caliber team. And it just buys time. Because let's say you draft Jalen Carter at 10. And Jalen Carter comes in, he starts right away. he's not going to have 11 sacks his rookie year like
No.
Javon Hargrave. So it takes a while for those guys,
Right?
And unless you're willing to say, well, we're willing to take a couple steps back for a year, why not make your offense better so that you can be competitive next year as well? George says basically we can't fix the defense with one pick or even in 1 year. They don't all get that. Yeah, exactly. So that's why we talk about it, the way we do. AJ Roberts, the Denver Super Chat. Hey, Philly 500, are your city cursed? You lost 3 championships in a year. Soccer, baseball, and now football. You better not lose in basketball. I don't watch soccer. So to me, it's only 2.
I have no faith in the Sixers anyway. So
but yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Let's see. We lost the Super Bowl because C.J. Gardner-Johnson was too busy on Twitter instead of focusing on the game. Yeah. I mean, look, the defense needed one stop. And I got to tell you, that this defense was too talented, in my opinion, to not get one stop. I mean, I think Mahomes had 1 incompletion in the second half. And I blame Gannon for that. I'm so glad Gannon's gone. To me, that's the best thing that could happen, Digital Print House, a member for 33 months of Dingbat Nation, my man. He goes, Draft 5. What's up, 5 and Shakes? Mock up on the way. Awesome. Yes, this is his work. Digital Print House. He's going to be doing the thing that we're getting ready to do, Joey. So, and mock up's coming. So, we can't wait, man. Shout out to you. Let me see here. Let's see. Jeff, welcome to Dingbat Nation, my man. Thank you so much for joining, man. Appreciate you. You're the man. Thank you. I'm trying to catch up to these. Man, these are really whatchamacallit. Let's see. Dank says, with adding Edmunds and Morrow, the Eagles have leeway to draft whatever is best position on the board. Well, that makes me really think, well, I can't see the Eagles drafting a linebacker in the first round. Safeties, they haven't drafted. I can't even remember when the last safety was so long ago. So, we talk about, well, they don't draft running back. They don't draft running backs in the first round, but they don't draft safeties in the first round. They don't draft linebackers in the first round. So, really, if we go and base everything on history, they draft offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and receivers. That's it. So, will they go receiver? I guess it's possible, but I don't think so.
Right.
Or they're good. So most likely they probably go defensive line. But if Jalen Carter is gone, then what? Yeah. Is Kalijah Cansey, is he worth the whatchamacallit? I don't know. I don't know. Is this a member for you or for me here?
I think it's you. I think.
Okay. Yeah. It's a. Jonas, welcome to Dingbat Superfans, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate that. So, yeah. So, it's. I mean, Howie has a lot of ways to go because he essentially. We've got our stars on linebacker. We've got our stars as safety now. He doesn't have to take from any of those positions, Joey. The positions he hasn't really dealt with is the defensive line and the offense. We've made one move on offense, and we brought a guy in with tremendous talent, but who's hurt a lot. Other than that, we haven't addressed it. Are they definitely going to put Cam Jurgens at right guard? Could they possibly draft another offensive lineman? I mean, I wouldn't blame them if they did.
No, because even Lane, I think Lane talked about only being here for 2 more years, and we got to make sure Jurgens is going to pan out at right guard. I think he will. I think he'll do a good job, and then Kelsey's gone, so that guard spot's going to be wide open. So they got to draft an offensive line through the first 3 rounds. I mean, it's somebody's going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Super Tony Davis Super Chat. He goes, "You all seen the jumbotron at the Philly Stadium? Good Lord, I rode past it today. You can see the logo miles away from the stadium. Yeah, I heard it's humongous. Yeah, I did not. I have not been up there to see it, but I did hear it. Yeah. Greenblood, W Super Chat. He goes, Yo, Shakes, took your advice and watched Cocaine Bear while doing cocaine.
You added that. What? I
was just wondering, like, I wonder if somebody's ever sitting there going, like, man, you know what? I'm gonna watch the Cocaine Bear, but I got to do a bunch of coke before I do it. I wonder what that would be like.
Philly. People were eating, I think, white powdered donuts in the theater. I think they were selling the white powdered donuts. No, I'm not kidding. Like, people were taking pictures of people. The movie theaters were selling white powdered donuts. I swear to God.
Oh, man. Where's Yacht? I keep seeing people talk about Yacht, but I don't see Yacht in here. Yacht, where are you at? Yeah, it's crazy. Williams says, Howie's a notoriously bad draftee in the first round. Yes, there's a reason for that. We've talked about this before. There was an article that came out, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, and they were talking about the Eagles draft and how the Eagles draft. And they were saying that the Eagles overemphasize analytics. They look too much into analytics. That's all that PFF grades and stuff that you guys, we always talk about. But especially early on in the draft, they would focus on analytics specifically. So they would look at analytics and they would make their decisions on analytics. That's why you got Rager over a guy like Jefferson, because they would look at one thing that they need and then they would look at the analytics on that one thing. And then later in the draft, they would use their scouts more for players a little less known and stuff. That's when they would focus on their scouts. If you notice, the Eagles draft pretty good in the mid-late rounds. They always get a lot of sleepers, but their top picks were not good. What they started to do the last few years was started to take guys out of the SEC. And Howie said, we're not really doing that anymore as much. I'm not saying they don't use analytics, but they're not trying to look at, what position do we need? And they're trying to look at, the talent level and the upside and those things. And that's why I think that they've struggled in the draft in the past.
Going into 21, I think Howie realized, I think that Jefferson miss and that, for Rager was like the turning point. 21 was the turning point where I think Jeffrey Lurie had a lot to do with picks. I think he got in the way. I think Andy Weidel got, bumping heads with Howie. I think obviously, even Milton. Look at Milton Williams. That's a perfect example. First year, 21, right? Milton Williams. He was top 5 in testing. His testing was off the charts, and he's nothing but a rotational guy. I don't know. A lot of people, even before Fletcher Cox signed, they were like, "Oh, put him next to Jordan Davis." I'm like, no, dude. For a third round pick, is he playing up to par? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's a flash here and there, but he's nothing amazing to me. These are the mistakes we've made. It's what it is.
Oh, exactly. And that's why, I think like when you draft position of need only especially in the first round, I think it gets people in trouble because what's a position in need this year may not be a position in need next year. In 2 years, you could have a position that you're strong. All of a sudden, it's a need now. So I think you need to stay best player available as much as you can. There's exceptions and there are things to steer away from that. But I say best player available. I mean, if you look at Bijan Robinson, really, he's literally a top 3 to 5 best player in this draft from a talent perspective. If you talk about this kid, people talk about him going late first round. He's a top 3 talent. Why not just take the talent and secure it? You know what I mean?
So I'm saying, dude, you have to look at this position for the next 4 to 5 years. And you're back to the same, Rashad Penny's playing for himself for another contract. Scott might resign next year, but he's always willing to come back every single year for $1 million, $2 million. So you're back to the drawing board again at running back. And I feel like you've talked about this, Philly. You talked about even how much interest did the Philadelphia Eagles have in Ezekiel Elliott? A lot of interest. How much do they have in CMC last when the draft they wanted to move up, and last year at the trade deadline? Why would Howie want to throw a pick to Carolina to get him? Because they knew Miles Sanders was leaving and they want that premier back. I think it's time. I think this is either going to be a position of need, what they need for this team at 10, or it's going to be like a luxury of how much you could, this offense could really climb even further.
Man, this offense underneath, if you add Bijan Robinson to this offense, it's scary. Just call me Flair Davis Super Chat. He goes, Philly, you should watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It's a cinematic masterpiece. Has changed my life for the better. I smoked it and enjoyed it. It changed his life.
He said a cinematic masterpiece.
I want to see it now.
I'm
looking for my phone. Oh, Joe, you talk to the peoples. I got to find something. I want to show you guys.
You're good.
But I need my phone.
You're good. Yeah, I don't know if it's a cinematic masterpiece, but it was fun. It was fun to watch. But yeah, I feel like even the past couple off seasons for the Eagles with Howie Roseman has been a complete difference maker. And I think really since Sirianni came in 21, Jeffrey Lurie backing off, I think a lot of things did change. I don't think Howie had a lot of final say for a lot of these years. I'm not saying he's never picked a bad player, but I think a lot of changes were made. So,
yeah, I agree. I agree, and hopefully he continues, with that role. So shout out to Digital Print House. He was texting me some stuff because we're talking some business. He's going to do some merchandise for me, like this shirt. But he sent me this mustard. Okay, you got to see the label of this mustard. I don't know where he saw it, but man, look at this. Look at this.
I love it.
Bijan Mustardson.
Is that made? That's made up.
It's real mustard. No, it's real mustard. It's a label.
Shit.
Dijon mustard. Gourmet.
Oh my god.
So tell me that is not the greatest thing ever. Like that itself could be a shirt. You know what I mean?
That would sell out. If they actually sold Bijan mustard, like if they actually sold a mustard with Bijan in Philadelphia, that would sell out. They'd make a point on that.
Yeah, it says, Phil, do you still love CJ Gardner-Johnson? I mean, no. I don't, because he's not an Eagle anymore. And everything that's been going on has been frustrating. Now, I don't hate him. I wanted him back. But, I mean, once he's not an Eagle, it's like, I'm done with you, That's the truth. I'm excited about this kid Edmunds that we got. I'm hoping he can continue to develop. John Marinelli, David Super Chat, he goes, assuming Carter falls out of top 5, you move up to get him. If not, you trade back and get assets. If Robinson is there, then you draft him. Yeah, I mean, trading. See, the thing with trading back is I'm not opposed to it if I don't go back that far. Like, you have to have a specific player in mind. Like, okay, we're going to trade back from 10, and we know Bijan's going to be there. And we're going to go from 10 to 13, but we know he's there. Okay, fine, do it. Trading up for Jalen Carter, I'm not opposed to that either. Like, if you want to go make sure you get him at 6 or 7, I can't. I mean, he's literally the best talent in the draft, So I would not be opposed to that,
Right.
Let me see here. I think too. I think the one thing is if you look at the running back Sirianni has brought in under him, they're all more similar to Bijan than like they were to Miles Sanders. They're all 5'11". Sermon and this Penny both 5'11", 215, and 220. Bijan's 6 foot 220. So maybe they want a bigger back. Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Skidmark's every super chat. He goes, I'm good as long as we get Bijan. Eagles will need to score many points this year to me for RD. Any other pick or move spots gives me swamp ass. Look the thumbnail up. Oh, God. What do you have on your thumbnail now?
Not even going to look close.
Oh, boy.
I'm not looking
like
close.
Paper.
Well, think about it. Getting Bijan of the whole running back situation of like how, him just running in general and just rushing behind this offensive line, but it takes pressure off Jalen Hurts. Plus, having Jalen Hurts with his legs is a huge luxury with running with the football in his hands. Like maybe they won't do as many QB sneaks. Maybe they use him on a lot of those plays as well. So it will lessen Hurts from, getting hit and designing more plays for him to, get hit by other people. So I think it helps.
This chair, listen. My ass is torn the crap out. My butt has beat the crap out of this chair. Listen, I got to get a
stool. What are you sitting on?
I'm sitting on a chair. My butt has destroyed this chair. It's like the third chair it's destroyed. My butt These chairs can't keep up with my butt. Rashad, thank you for super chat. He goes, if we can get Devin White or Kevin Byard, who would you rather have? I prefer Byard. I believe Morrow and Dean will do good. I would love Byard, no question about it. But the thing is, and I did a video where there was a ridiculous trade, right, where they were saying the Eagles could give up their 30th pick for Byard, which is just crazy. And then there was another one that packaged multiple picks, which to me was crap. It's like you can't trade for Byard because of his money. Like his cap number is too high. He would be the second highest cap number on our team.
19.
You've got to let him get cut.
He's got to get cut. They can't trade for him. Then you
go after him. You can't trade for him.
No.
Right. Exactly. And the problem with White is if the Eagles wouldn't trade for Devin White because he's in the last year of his contract. The Eagles do not sign linebackers to big money. So why would you give picks up for a guy for 1 year like that? Because you'd have to give up a high pick.
Does that annoy you though? Does that annoy you when Howie trades for a guy for like Robert Quinn and then he does nothing? It's a wasted pick, and then you trade 2 draft picks for Chauncey and he doesn't sign. Does it kind of tick you off that it hasn't worked out?
Not Quinn one didn't, because I understood where we're at. We're looking like we're going to go on a Super Bowl run. It's worth it. The Chauncey trade pisses me off because he's 25 years old. And you think you're getting a building block for the future, and then he walks out, But once he walks out to me, then I'm done with him. I don't want him back. Next year when he's a free agent, everybody's going to be saying we should bring him back. I'm going to say no. I don't want him back. No, not after what he did. Philly guy for life, David Super Chat. He goes, I would love Carter or Robinson at 10, but my favorite player in this draft is Zay Flowers. Would love him in the slot, obviously at 30. No, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at 30, Definitely not. I'm telling you, man, the Eagles have not addressed their offense hardly at all. And I'm not saying they have to do all that much to it, but you still want to improve it, right?
Can I ask, though, when you draft somebody top 10, say you draft somebody between 6 to 10, how much does that cost compared to, like, drafting somebody at 30, like, money-wise? Is it, like, a big jump?
I don't know what the difference is money-wise. I don't know. But I don't know if it's all that big. But I can tell you this. The difference between, like, a drafted player at 10 and then what a free agent player makes is completely different.
Yeah.
So here's an example. So there was an article, and it was talking about, what it would cost the Eagles to have Bijan Robinson at 10.
Right.
Last year, Wilson on the Jets was drafted at 10. He got a 20-year deal, $20 million deal for 4 years, and 12 of it was like wrapped up in signing bonuses. So essentially, for the next 4 years, Garrett Wilson is sitting there at under $4 million, under $5 million a cap hit a year. Yeah. Right? So you get a Bijan Robinson, you're talking about a $4 million, $5 million cap hit at most. All right, if you want to bring Ezekiel Elliott in, it's going to cost you more than that. So,
right.
To me, it's like it just makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This chair, I'm just destroying this chair. Brandon, thank you for super chat, my man. We appreciate it. He goes, I saw Stat Philly before the last time the Eagles drafted a running back was 1986. Desai had Robert Quinn with 18.5 sacks. Imagine what he can do with Hassan. Don't be surprised if Howie trades back from 30 to get more picks. I wouldn't be surprised if he trade back from 30, but I don't think he should trade back from 10.
And you got to go ahead. You're good. Finish what you're saying.
No, unless he knows who he's getting. Like, unless there's somebody like a Robinson.
We even checked out. I think the last Philly Shakedown, we checked on the blitz rates. I mean, Gannon at 9.5. I mean, the average is like 24%, like from other teams, and 9.5% blitz rate. And I think with Desai, it's like 23.6. I mean, it's just crazy.
You got me, JP Martinez, fat ass 500. That's right. I destroyed this chair. This chair is just, there's nothing that can be done but thrown out. Joshua, thank you for super chat. He goes, what do you all think about the running back from Penn State? He's the same size as the other ones. The signing number 27, Buster Cherry.
Bro, you gotta stop falling for this shit every freaking time. Like,
It's like I just read it, and then it's like I don't look and see what's coming ahead of each word. So I read the what do you all think? I don't know that he's gonna say Penn State or his name and size. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop reading them. I'm gonna let you.
Buster Cherry. What?
Right. The credit says I watched breakdown a video of Bijan thinking football on YouTube. And seeing his pass blocking has me thinking twice about getting him too high. I tell you this, I'm going to be honest. I am not going to let pass blocking affect me from drafting a running back. I know pass blocking is important, but I feel like it's something that can be improved. But when you look at it, I'm not going to let that prevent me from anything. That's like, remember when the Eagles would try to tell us that the umbrella man was valuable wide receiver because he could block? But he couldn't catch, and he couldn't do anything else. You know? So I'm not going to let that stop.
Well, it's like being like picky now with the draft. It's like drafting Kenny Pickett. You know, I'm not drafting Kenny Pickett because he's got small hands. Like, it's just like, if the guy's got talent, then he's got talent. Like, stop with the measurements. Stop with the, I mean, pass protection. Yeah. With that, I think people are, if even with the pass protection, I think people are overlooking that with Bijan. That's fine because like you said, I think it's something that he could just get better at. I'm not even worried about that.
Right.
So,
yeah. I mean, what I'm going to get from him everywhere else, I need it. John Marinelli, thank you for Super Chagos. An off-the-wall pick that I wouldn't mind is Dalton Kincaid out of Utah, who has been called Travis Kelce-like. Him in the slot would be insane. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that slot position. Like, I don't think they're going to end up trading Quez, but if they do, it would be on a draft night. But I don't think they will. But I do think you got to bring in competition for him. You know what I'm saying? I do. And as far as a second tight end, would you get a second tight end in this draft?
Not early. Not this year. Probably not.
I kind of like the kid they got last year. You know, I forget his name, slipping my mind right now. But what is the guy
big
from
big
Oklahoma?
body? What's his name?
Kid could catch. He
really
showed
good.
flashes. Why is his name slipping my mind right now? I don't know. Gambo David Super Chat. He goes, we should sign Zeke to play right guard.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the Zeke thing.
Oh man! All right, so the Zeke thing. Zeke, there were reports Zeke, you know, the Eagles were talking to Zeke, and we were all flipped out. And then it was reported that was actually just a wish list. There are a lot of Eagle fans that actually would like to have Zeke come in. I'm not one of them. I think it would be a waste of time, 100%. I have no interest, partly because he's a Cowboy, and we remember what's happened to us every time we bring in Cowboys. But to me, I don't know. I think you need somebody with, you know, a little younger, a little more left in the tank. I think he's had a lot of carries. I think he's what, 27 or 28, but he's more like
got
34,
no tread.
35. Yeah. You know?
No, I mean, what is he going to get? 5 carries a game? Like, he's not going to be a big back here. Like, he's going to get like 5. How much does he want? Like, he would be like he would have to take the shortest deal. You'd have to take the cheapest deal at $2 million for the year or something. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, I have no idea what he
Not
wants,
a
but
fan,
I bet you would be more than what you would pay Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
McNabb Fat 5, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, we leave the draft with Carter and Bijan both. I'll cut my sack off with a hot knife. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, this isn't Pain Olympics. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Can you imagine? Eagle fans go crazy. They
Guy cuts off
now they
sack.
cut their balls off.
Yeah, no.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
With a hot knife.
Yeah, Calcaterra is who it is. That's what I'm thinking of. I like him. I like him actually. I think he's got a spot on this team, man. I think he needs to play more.
Better than Stahl. Stahl's a big body, but Calcaterra is good blocking, and he's the fastest tight end we have. I think he's the fastest.
Yeah, he gets yards after the catch, man.
Yeah,
I like him. On-demand mobile truck repair. He says, "Don't put this up. Don't put this up too late. But talk about Michael Mayer. We'll regret if we don't draft him. Dual tight end sets can help us, right? He's a generational tight end." Yeah, I mean, I think the Eagles got away from the like 2 tight end sets under Sirianni. Didn't he want to get away from it? Like they thought it became overkill with us.
Yeah,
using it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but are you going to draft a tight end early? That's the thing. Do we want to draft a tight end early? I don't know. I mean, I think they need the defensive line. I think they need another running back. I think you need depth at offensive line. I think you need depth at safety. I think you need depth at linebacker.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of ways we can go. But I'm beginning to think that if Jalen Carter is not there, that they're going Bijan Robinson. I'm thinking it's possible, dude.
And for the love of God, please, whether it's the undrafted free agent pool or whatever the case may be, please get a damn returner and please get maybe a competition for punter. Please, God, do something. Because you want to talk about the weakness of the Philadelphia Eagles? It's going to be special teams. It's going to be special teams. Michael Clay getting a raise. Yeah. Don't know why, but
right. Will you read this next super chat? And thank you, Eagles gang. I'll let you read this one.
Okay. Why do I have to read it?
Because
you're not sure.
I'll probably make a mistake. Yeah.
Philly, check out wide receiver. You made that one too. That was too easy to read. It was too easy to.
That was too easy. That's right. Troll MB David Super Chat. He goes, "Sup, Philly and Joey. Cut, trade, start, bench out of Aguilar, Watkins, Rager, and Umbrella Man." All right, so cut, trade, start, bench out of those 4. I'll say Watkins starts. I'll bench
Rager, cut.
I'll bench Rager. Yeah. And then I'll
cut the Umbrella Man.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start Watkins. I'll trade Rager. I'll cut Umbrella Man, and I'll bench Aguilar. There you go.
That's better.
Yeah. Thank you for super chat. Shane says, "I don't like Calcaterra because he ain't a good tight end, and because he's not big enough or strong like the other tight ends like Kelsey or Andrews, basically other races and countries." What do you mean? I don't understand what it means.
That ending, I had no idea what the hell. I don't
understand. But I would say that I think Calcaterra. I mean, he's obviously he's an offensive weapon, more of an offensive like receiving tight end. But he was a 7th round pick. We got to give him some time to develop.
He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Man, he's going so quick. Skid Marks, favorite super chat. He goes, "Not taking Bijan because his pass blocking would be like you not drafting Elway because he sucks at field goal holder." You don't draft the running back to pass block. I mean that's one of the things they got to do. But I do believe you can improve that. And one example of a guy who was not considered good pass blocker early in his career and became really a good one was Westbrook. I remember Westbrook came out. That was one of the complaints about Westbrook. He became one of the better pass blockers. So you can improve and get better there. I don't know how bad he is, but I don't know. You know who Bijan Robinson reminds me of? He reminds me of Edrin James a little bit. What? Dang, David Super Chat. He goes, "No hating on Zeke. He saved us from the storm."
I'm sorry. I read that while you were talking. I'm sorry. I was being disrespectful. I shouldn't have laughed, but I literally just. He's an Ewok, bro. He's an Ewok. It is the term called Ewok from Yavin. He
is an Ewok. Oh my god, that's hilarious, dude. That's really good. Now I don't want him either.
Endor. Sorry. Endor.
Yeah, well, we'll give him an award. Gambo Davis Super Chat goes, real talk, there's a really good offensive lineman out of Iowa. He's like 6'5", 230, very versatile. Check his tape. Number 68, Barry McCocker.
God, I hate the draft.
Oh, man. Hey, David Super Chat goes, Monique Knowles is projected 7th and averaged 32 points, 32 yards per game. Dave for Super Chat. Okay.
Trying to
7th and 32 yards a game.
I'm like afraid of not getting tricked right now. Like
I know, that's why I'm doing. John Marinelli, David Super Chat, he goes, imagine Hurts gets hurt before the playoffs and Mariota gets a second Super Bowl. I would not be shocked once Mariota sees a field he shines. Mariota, I really believed if you put Mariota like with the right coach out of college, I think he would have been a star. I really do. I think where he went had a lot to do with it, but I really liked bringing Mariota in. I'm very happy that he's an Eagle finally.
8 years later.
Could you imagine? JP Martinez, David Super Chat. He goes, Tulsa's running back Winnie the Pooh C8. Oh my God, is good. Read it quick, and you'll know what it says.
Winnie the Pooh C-Eater. Winnie the Pooh C-E-Ita is good. Winnie the Pooh Eater, is that what you're trying to say? So he eats poo? I mean.
Oh my God. Let's see. Please don't spam the chat. JC will get drafted the pick after the Eagles watch, just like Justin Jefferson. He may. I think he's the best receiver in the draft. There's no question about it. There's no question. The question you got to ask yourself is, okay, the Eagles are paying A.J. Brown, right, big money. Then you got Devontae Smith, who's on a rookie contract that's eventually going to get big money, but he's a first-round pick. Would the Eagles bring in another first-round pick, paying them first-round money? Would they want to do that at wide receiver for the third wide receiver? I look at it like this, like, why not go out and get a guy who's a running back in a different position where you really have nothing? You don't really have anything. I mean, Penny was a former first-round pick, but he's hurt all the time, though. You know what I mean?
Isn't it kind of weird, though? Like, they haven't, besides Penny and like Scott, they haven't even signed any depth for the offense. Like, not even like depth or like
nothing.
You know what I mean? It's just really weird. It's really weird.
And then Robinson is in Philly, right? And
early,
and he's in Philly, and his agent is Jalen Hurts' agent. You don't think Jalen Hurts might say, "Yeah, I want this guy"? Come on, man. There's something there. There's something going on. I got a feeling Bijan Robinson's coming to Philly, man. I got a feeling it's going to happen. I think it's going to shock everybody.
Big chance.
Ayo, David Superchat goes, per return, he was talking about, kick return, 32 yards of kickoff. Oh, yeah. We need to upgrade that. You know what I mean? I agree. Joseph says, Howie's got a plan. He does. I agree.
Agreed.
Wow, a running back again left no other wide receiver but drafted running. Well, but the thing is, the Eagles got 2 first-round receivers. I'm just saying, I think the Eagles are going to get a receiver. I do in this draft. I just don't know if they will do it in the first round because of what they've already paid with the 2 receivers that they have. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's what I'm saying. Eddie Davis Super Chat, he goes, is pound hashtag not pound? Pound hashtag 2023, bro. No, pound. Hashtag sounds wimpy. Like, oh, they're going to use a hashtag. Pound that mother humper. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pound that thing. No, I'll never say hashtag. I can't. Like, it just won't come out. You know? Philly, don't be heartbroken when you don't land here. I'll get over it like every other heartbreak I have.
I'll be fine with whoever they bring in. Really,
I mean, like if they bring in a guy like Gibbs, I'm not going to be disappointed at all.
That's the whole point of the offseason. It's speculation, it's rumors, and it's excitement. Like that's what makes it so exciting.
It's fun. So. Yeah, absolutely. Splenda says 500. We should draft offensive lineman Bender over 30. Yeah, I've gotten caught on that one many a times. But he tried to put the little D and E in to get me confused, Toriville says how he's going to draft lines, and a lot of fans will probably be upset. I think drafting offensive line and defensive line is something that's going to happen in this draft. I do.
Here's the thing too. If they want to get Skoronski, if they want to get like Paris Johnson or something like that, like the problem I have is that I don't want this to turn into another Andre Dillard situation where they're going to redshirt the guy the first year, and I don't know. That was a different situation because they had Jason Peters was here and they redshirted him. They started him 3 times, had him at right tackle for that one game. I think blew his confidence out, and then he just got hurt every single year. So they have to be really careful drafting a first-round talent at offensive line, even though it's not a sexy pick. I get it. I would be fine with it, but they have to do something with that player. I mean, something's got to get done. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you drafted, let's say a 10 offensive lineman, most likely it's a tackle. It's not going to be a guard. So you're drafting your right tackle for the future. So you're essentially saying we're not concerned about next year. We're concerned about the future, which is possible. But I mean, Lane Johnson signed through 2026, right? I mean, his contract goes up to that point. I don't know if there's voids or however to get out of it. I don't know how they set up, but I think that if you want to take a offensive lineman, then you're going to, draft the right guard. Really, you could draft the right guard, but you don't need to draft the right guard at 10. Draft the guard at 30.
What if they don't think highly of Cam Jurgens starting at right guard? Like because he's going to last offseason, he was, when Kelsey got the orthoscopic surgery on his elbow, he was supposed to be at guard. He was supposed to at least cross train at guard from center to guard, but because he was out, he played center. So I don't know if they actually have faith in him. But I mean, I think he's going to do well, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think so too. McRippa, they were super chat. He goes, "Hey guys, what do you think about the right guard from Tulane Testicle?" It's wrong.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Eagles gang, they were super chat. He goes, "Jalen Hurts wanted AJ Brown. What did he do? He went to Howie and he said AJ, and Howie got him. There's no doubt in my mind Jalen told Howie to get Bijan, which explains Bijan's visit." That's what I'm talking about.
And this is less work you have to do for that because you're already at the spot. You don't have to maneuver contracts or nothing. Like all you have to do is just wait at the draft and get them. That's all you got to do.
People will hate. A lot of people will hate the pick at first.
Oh yeah,
because it's been so ingrained watching NFL Network, watching ESPN, listen to these analysts talk about the devaluation of the running back position. The running back is devalued. It's all we ever hear about is how running backs are devalued. And to some extent, it's not wrong. But there are exceptions to the rule. And I think when you have a team that is borderline about to go to the Super Bowl or just went to the Super Bowl and can go back, I don't think a running back could be too early. I think the Buffalo Bills, why they haven't gotten a running back a couple of years ago, like get a really good running back, I don't understand it. I know they kind of tried, but it's a little late, You look at the teams in the league who just franchised running backs. If running backs aren't worth anything, then why are 3 of them franchised? Because teams don't want to pay that second contract, but they want the first contract. The running back in the first contract can be very valuable. And if Bijan Robinson comes in and people are angry at first that he's signed, watch in year 2, in year 3, when we're re-signing A.J. Brown and we're giving Devontae Smith an extension. And when we can give those guys money because of what you're paying your running back, you're going to be paying him nothing till 2026. So that point, everybody will love it. A running back is worth it under the right conditions. These are those conditions, If if that makes any sense. I you know, the whole you only do something this way and you only do something that way. You can't think like that. You got to do, yeah, you got it. Are we always never going to draft a running back first round because that's what people aren't doing? And that's, I mean, Howie essentially said that at the combine. You can't just go with the currents. You can't just do what every other team is doing or thinks all the time, because if you do that, you're chasing. You want to kind of lead by example and set it up. Last year, look at Howie trading for a wide receiver, right? That was unheard of. Everybody said that couldn't happen. The Eagles would never trade a first-round pick for a receiver and give him $20 million, and they did it. You know?
No, Philly, we got a lot of shit. We got a lot of shit for that last year. No one will ever say we were right, but we got a lot of shit for talking about AJ Brown and said nobody said it would happen. But look at it like this. Howie Roseman's like, okay, we're not going to sign all these guys back defensively, but look at those comp picks we're going to get. So he's literally working the future at the same time, garnering a team right now that, because at the end of the year press conference after the Super Bowl, he said, you know, it left a bad scar inside him, like the way this whole thing ended last year. And he promised the fans, like, I'm going to do whatever I possibly can, get this roster, get back to winning, get back to this roster we had. So
yeah. And listen, this team, there's also a narrative that somehow we're going from first place, in the NFC to like we're some bottom feeding team. This team still got good players. We're still going to be really good, but you throw a guy like Bijan in there, I think it puts you over the top again. Here, will you read this super chat just in case?
Again, with real talk, we need to work out Jacor Pearson leading the XFL and would perfect for a slot receiver. Kid's really talented, just needs a shot.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't watch. I haven't watched XFL.
I haven't watched. I want to watch XFL. I haven't yet though. I didn't even know it started. Just call me Flair. Thank you for super chat. He goes, I'm taking Jack in the first round. Okay, I caught that one.
Check it off.
Yeah. Dad says Bijan. Yes, Dad is on the same page from the get-go. Do you know who's on the same page? Dan Cilio is now a pro Bijan Robinson.
I seen it. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah. J.H. Davis Super Chat goes, draft Bijan and you have a running back and a wide receiver. Keep all your other backs in rotation. He can run routes as good as most pro wideouts. Yeah, he can catch out of the backfield. I mean, he would be, oh man, he would just be so good for our offense. And then I would love the fact that you could throw a change of pace in like a Gainwell and a Boston Scott. Dude, it just makes so much
even
sense.
Using Penny to be like a finisher, like have him tire those defensive lines out, like tire that defense out with Penny. Like you can have a really good rotation with these guys. Like obviously, is Bijan going to get a lot of carries this year as much as, he will have next year? Probably not, because I think when next year comes, it's like, he's going to get his body in good shape to start. Yeah, getting these touches now. So,
yeah, exactly. Let's see. Undertaker says the Bears are getting Bijan Robinson at 9. Well, the good thing about it is that they can't get Bijan Robinson and Jalen Carter both at 9.
Right.
I keep hearing everybody saying they're getting Jalen Carter. So if they get Bijan Robinson at 9, then Jalen Carter is going to fall to us at 10. I'll take it. I'll take it. I think where you're sitting at 10, because you got like 4 quarterbacks going, somebody is going to break free that is going to be a valuable pick. We just got to sit there and wait for it. Now, my perfect case scenario is obviously Jalen Carter at 10, and then to trade up for Bijan Robinson. That would be my dream draft, because then you would come away with a guy who's going to play on defense and on offense. But I just think that we got a chance to make this offense so friggin' good that it, even whatever we go through defensively, it ain't going to matter. Then if you get a little more aggressive and you play aggressive defense, right? So you blitz a little more, you take some more chances because you got young guys and you're getting more turnovers. All of a sudden, this team could be on a roll, and we're going right back to the Super Bowl. Bijan Robinson, in my opinion, will put the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
If
so, my belief is they go back with him.
Yeah, if Sean, these players cannot, get, with the defensive coordinator we have now, he's, like I said, like he's got to be. He actually has to, create ways to, he was top 5 in sacks in 21 with the Bears, and they had a lot less talent on the team than we had last year. So when you look at it, like you can't have it. This defense isn't going to bail out Sean Desai like they did Jonathan Gann last year. It can't happen. So,
well, let me ask you something. Do you remember what the blitz rate was for the Bears under Desai? Do you know?
22.6.
Okay, so that means we're going to get a 13% raise in blitzing.
Huge.
So it's going to get that's huge, of course. Yeah, right. I mean, I prefer more in the 30s to 40s, high 30s, but that's fine. I'll take 22%. Gannon, 9% blitzing.
9.5%.
Oh,
I think your jaw dropped when we talked about that. I read that and you were like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. Isaiah says, you guys suck. No, we do not suck, but thank you for asking. You're going to have to go find it somewhere else, buddy. Don't beg. I would poop myself if we take a linebacker at 10. Oh, I would too. Dad says Gannon 2.0. Jeez.
Give the guy a chance. Give the guy a damn chance.
The 13% raise in sacks. Yeah, pause.
No, I wasn't even thinking of it that way.
I know, I didn't either. Michael says 500 and Joey showed up for a brief couple of minutes earlier. Dad called, just got back on. How's y'all days going? What did I miss? God bless y'all. John 3:16. Oh, day's going good. Day's going great, actually. Can't complain. How about you, Joey?
Can't complain. Just living everyday life.
No,
that is it.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see here. Barnett should be a monster. You don't believe that. Barnett's a monster. I want to trade Barnett. Can we trade Barnett at the draft?
Philly? What are we going to get for him?
I think, if you're trying to trade up with your second, trade your second, the same second, a third next year or something else, and then Barnett, package him in it.
Just like one of those, just take this player. We just want to get rid of him. If we'll give you this, if you take this player.
Yeah, we'll just throw it in there. You know what I'm saying?
A sweetener. He's a little sweetener.
Yeah. Clark, thank you for gifting one Philly 500 membership, my man. Thank you, and shout out to you, man. Thank you for gifting. That's awesome of you. Very generous. Now, when they gift, do they get to choose who they could send it to, Joey?
They send what?
When they can gift memberships now. When you gift a membership, do you pick who you're giving the membership?
It's random.
To?
It's random.
It's random. Okay.
Yeah.
So we could get an ultimate hater, and then all of a sudden they have a membership. And, boy, that would be fun. Yeah.
Right.
So what do I think? See, I have a feeling that the Eagles are going to look for a defensive lineman early with the 10th pick. And if it's not there, they're going to take Bijan. But I think I'm getting a feeling I'm really starting to think they're going to go heavy offense, dude. I think Bijan Robinson's in play. I think every day that goes by, the chances are coming up. Dude, everything's setting up. With the fact that they signed 2 safeties, a linebacker, okay, the fact that they went out and got those guys, they got their corners set. The fact that they went and did all that, it just seems like to me that if you look at the positions, you look at what positions we're really not as good at, right? You some people will say Edmunds better safety than CJ Gardner-Johnson. I won't say it, but I'm going to say he's a good replacement. He's good enough to fit in there, okay? But Miles Sanders, I don't believe that we filled those shoes. And then Hargrave, we haven't filled those shoes. Those are the 2 positions that the Eagles have not addressed that, in my opinion, need it the most. And you got Jalen Carter possibly sitting there and Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I think you have one of those 2. I think that's where they go.
Yeah, I think one of those 2 guys will be an Eagle. I really believe it. I think we're going to get one of those 2 guys. And if it goes really good, both of them, Chris B. Davis Super Chat. He goes, you'll get a 7th round pick And chips for Barnett. I know. Well, I'm thinking maybe you throw him in to a team they'll take a flyer on another defenseman. There's always a team that thinks that, oh, this former first round pick, let's get him here. Maybe we can fix him. You know what I mean? But I forgot. I keep forgetting Derek Barnett's even on our team.
Yeah. I know.
So,
we almost forgot last year. We're like, oh my God, he's on our roster. We did not know.
Yeah. Daz says Carter won't fall past the Lions or Bears. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Bijan Robinson would be sitting there at 10 then. Like either way you look at it, you figure you're gonna have four quarterbacks are going, right? So I wanted to pull the draft up, but if you look at it, the third pick overall is Cardinals, right? They're number 3, I believe. Colts are 4, Seattle's 5. So if you think about it, the first 2 picks are going to be quarterbacks. Somebody, I'm assuming, is going to want to trade up and jump the Colts for quarterback. I'm just saying, speculating this is what happens. So they do that. Another quarterback comes off the board, and the Colts take a quarterback. You're going to have 4 quarterbacks in the top 10, okay? Then you're going to have Will Anderson's going to go. These other guys are going to go. I think with Jalen Carter and everything that happened, and the fact that Bijan Robinson's a running back, one of those 2 guys is going to be there for us. I think we end up with one of those 2 guys. I do.
True. I agree.
Let's see here. Mick says, do you guys think a lot of quarterbacks will have Cox in their face this season, or is he too old now? I think Fletcher Cox is not the same player he was. I still think he'll be effective and decent, but the question is really Jordan Davis. Like, Jordan Davis has to show up. He has to come in shape, and he has to be ready. He has to be better than he was last year. If Jordan Davis becomes what we need him to become, I think that Fletcher Cox will have a pretty good year too. But the thing is a lot of people have given up on Jordan Davis after 1 year, and I don't get it. I thought he was starting to play pretty good football before he got hurt. And he's got to get and be a better pass rusher. But I think that when you look at a guy with that kind of ability, if he works hard and goes out there and does everything he can, I think he'll be good. But he's got to be in better shape. He is just not in good enough shape. That's his biggest problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, conditioning, right?
Green Blood 54, thank you for super chat. He goes, my wife of 25 years passed away Wednesday.
Oh,
man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Watching you guys is helping me to keep my mind off of it. Thank you both. Oh, man. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for those kind words. I mean, it's an honor that we could help you even a little bit, we appreciate it. But I know that that's tough, man. You're in our thoughts and prayers, and hang in there, man. There's nothing I can say or Joey could say, man, to make you feel better. But thank you for sharing, and we're glad you're here, man. We are. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
sorry
it's
for
gotta,
the loss.
I can't imagine. I've seen, because I know you've been in the chats, my chats every day the past 2 weeks, and obviously, this is crazy news. So it's gonna be a struggle to get through, but just keep strong. That's all.
Yeah, man, we're here, and we'll hopefully, if we could just make you forget about things for an hour and just enjoy things. That's good, man. And we'll be streaming the draft every minute of the draft, so just come hang out with us. Sydney says, from memory, Colts stopped Eagles wide receivers, but sure if Gilmore was playing. Gilmore was playing that game. I really look at that Colts game. I feel like that was one of those games where the Eagles had been rolling and rolling and rolling. And I don't think it was what the Colts were doing. I just think the Eagles came out like sleeping. Like, you're just not going to be at your best every single week. I know Cowboy fans are trying to twist this like, oh, Gilmore shuts down A.J. Brown. But I don't think so. I don't think so at all. It's going to be interesting. Michael says, Philly Joey at double on the stream. or 2 ago. You're next. Wait, what? Hey, Joey, I asked 500 this stream or 2 ago. Now you're next. Are you more of a wipe front to back or back to front kind of guy?
Did you actually answer this?
I did.
Front to back.
Yes, I said front to back.
What the fuck?
Yeah. The question is, do you do it sitting or standing? But then we're gonna get real gross.
Yeah, I'm just answering
because
that.
I have a friend. He used to swear by sitting because he said it opened up things better and you could get up in there and clean it better.
Well, you can't.
I said that's probably true, but I take a shower after I do number 2.
Not fully stand. You mean like squat stand? Like you're not
like stand up to wipe.
Yeah, you don't got to show me, but you know.
Yeah. I'm not. As one guy used to tell everybody that he used to sit, and it was easier to get up in there. I wipe, but I have to take a shower after I go. I always shower. If I go take a dump, I have to shower after. That's why when people are like, "Where did Philly go? He's taking a dump." No, because my hair would be soaking wet because I would have just gotten out of the shower. I have to shower. Yeah. Demonstration time.
Daz Deals has a interesting question.
Where is it? Where is he?
954.
Okay. 500 Joey. Are you guys buying Bijan jerseys for the draft? Rocket legs. We looked into it, didn't we? I didn't see any. Did you see any? There was a couple that were like game worn jerseys, like $350, something like that. And I was like, eh. So, plus, I mean, dude, we had such good luck with those Matt Corral jerseys. Right. But we do have a plan. All right. We have a plan.
There's something going on.
Gotta wait for something brewing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That you'll see soon. What if you take? I come home for that. I do. I come home for that, and then I have to take a shower. I'm telling you, dude. It's I have story. I probably can't get into these kind of stories right now, but they're like driving and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've had some rough goes. Oh shit!
What?
I'm gonna send you this. Oh yes. Oh, digital printhouse. Oh. Yeah, absolutely yes. I love it, Joey. I'm gonna send this to you.
Okay.
I absolutely love it. Yes. Yes, that's a go. In my opinion. Yo, no, I'm not wearing a Mariota jersey. Did you get it?
I got it.
That was the quickest text I've ever seen.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Is that not awesome?
That is freaking awesome.
Yes. That's it. That's the one. Let's get on it. Yes. Oh, yes.
Dude, that's awesome.
We're big.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to be great. You all will see what we're talking about shortly. Hopefully. What I can't tell you, it's a little bit of a surprise. I think, right? I don't think we should be telling people.
That's really up. That's up to you. That's all up to you, really.
My fear is that we don't. I'll talk to you about it after the show.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. AT says Jordan Davis is promising. People forget when he was in where top in run defense, and after he got hurt was when he had his decline. After he got hurt was when we got Linval and Sue. Yeah, agreed. He was starting because I think he came in out of shape, and I think he was starting to really get conditioned. And he was a monster. I mean, he was putting up huge numbers. Their numbers against the run were great with him in it, but
yeah,
that injury hurt him.
Yeah, it did. And then we were getting worried because then we were really bad against the run. But since you weren't putting any guys in the box, these running backs were getting 5+ yards, free yards. That's when they signed, obviously they got Sue and Linval, which really did help.
Yeah.
So
dude, I'm loving that thing, man. That I love it. Yes. That's going to be big. Niner gang crying because y'all trash was the best. Niners crying about what? Bunzology. How did you know?
Huh?
Did you see? Look at Bunzology. Can you see? I don't even want to put it up there.
Hold on.
I don't want to get people. I don't want to get throttled on YouTube. But that's it. He's got it. You need to go back to troll school, obviously. Yes. Problem with wearing a Bijan jersey is that it says Texas and on it, and it's too close to the Cowboys. Can't see it. Eagles. Yeah, that's true. It is too close to Texas. But that wasn't what the issue really was. More than just, we kind of like that Corral jersey. That Corral jersey is good for once a year.
Mm-hmm.
It was such good luck.
It was.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess we got 638 people in the chat on both streams. Thank you guys so much for being here. If I don't know, is there anything else we need to talk about? Are we missing?
I think we covered everything. I mean, I think we covered everything. I think we went over all the moves, updated.
Yeah.
We're
I think we're good, guys.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't say that, Daz. No. That would be funny though, but no, we didn't think that. Although I like Bunzology's best. We would get so much trouble on YouTube with that. But it's funny. But anyways, guys, I mean, I guess that's it. If you haven't, click the link in the description. Sub up Joey Shakes if you're on my channel. Joey's, are you streaming more next week as well?
Yeah, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, probably all next week for another week, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Devin, David Super Chat goes, how much you guys make on YouTube? We make about $5 million a year.
Yeah.
Not enough to quit a job.
Yeah.
Not enough to go live.
True, that's true.
It's not that much yet. Maybe one day, but we're not up there yet. Let's see. Josh says Edmunds is better than CJ Gardner-Johnson. I think there are things he does better. I'm very happy about him coming in. I'm over CJ. When CJ went, and then the way it happened, and then all the bull crap in between, I just like it. Whatchamacallit. Sydney family. Damer Super Chat. He goes, say Eagles get Bijan. What's the next pick? I think the next pick, if they did draft him, I think you got to look at the defensive line. I think you need to go defensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where do you think Kalijah Cansey's going?
Late for, I don't know. I mean, he can go mid-teens.
Yeah.
I'd say mid-teens, maybe if there's someone. I mean, I think he's going to be really good.
I do too. I do too.
Really good.
I think he is. So, I mean, I would go for him. He would interest me. Nolan Smith would interest me. Like, those guys would interest me. But I think you got to go defensive line.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like, I don't know if they'll even hit on defensive end in the first round, but there is a lot of talent. Yeah. There's a lot of talent at defensive end. Like, it's crazy. It's good.
Yeah. David Super Chat goes, that didn't answer my question. Yeah, but I'm not gonna tell you what we make. That's
MYOB, bro.
I wouldn't even, I don't even tell you with my regular job what I make. It's not. You
don't do that. You don't ask somebody that. You don't ask somebody that. That's personal.
Yeah. Luke says, yo guys, we got to get Bayard cut, draft Carter at 10, and trade up for 5. I like it. Yeah, Bayard's got to get cut, and then I think the Eagles should make a play for him. I definitely do. All right, guys. Well, listen. We're gonna let you go. I think that's about it. There'll be a lot of content all week from both of us. I'll have a few videos out tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be streaming during the week. I just don't know if I can get home, but we will see. Yeah, I think you're right, SC Burfan. I'll start selling drugs. That's what I need to do.
The answer to your problem. Yeah.
Legendary Killer says, yo, Joey in the chat are killing me. I still have a lot of pain from my surgery. Oh, man. Well, I hope you feel better.
Yeah, dude. I hope everything went well with that, man.
Yeah, man. definitely. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. We're gonna let you guys go right now. We're never gonna get off here. We're an hour and 40 minutes. Did you realize that? I did not realize that.
The longest, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if we went over 2 hours. We may have. I don't know. We may have.
I don't know either. But yeah, we'll see. But all right, guys, we're gonna let you guys go. And as always, let's let the Cowboys, crying Cowboys, take us out. Peace, and we will see you later. Love you.
Yep.
Bye.
Play. We had one.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding
You gotta
me.
be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What
a.
are you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more
He
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
Way, but, you know, this is just,
The brother screwed us.
you know, I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it
us.
is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
Yeah, you literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us.
It's going to end the way.
We had one.